When most of us complain about winter, we're talking about frozen fingers, icy roads, or snowstorms that shut down a city for a day. But imagine waking up in a place where minus 70 degrees is a weather emergency. It's normal life. Welcome to Siberia, one of the coldest inhabited regions on Earth. In places like Yakuza, breath freezes in midair, eyelashes turn white within seconds, and exposed skin can frostbite in under a minute. Cars can't be turned off. Metal shatters. Even sound feels sharper in the cold, and yet people live here. Families raise children. Elders hunt. Communities survive. This is not a story of tourists or scientists visiting briefly. This is a story of people who call this frozen land home. How do they eat when nothing grows? How do they build homes that don't collapse from the cold? How do they work, travel, and stay sane in a world where winter lasts most of the year? Tonight, you're not just learning facts. You're stepping into a life shaped by ice, resilience, and an unbreakable human spirit. This is how people survive Siberia at minus 70 degrees. 1. Shelter, fire, and the war against cold. In Siberia, survival begins with one simple rule: never let the cold inside. Homes here are not built for comfort. They are built for war. A war against freezing air that never sleeps. Traditional wooden houses called isbas are made from thick logs stacked tightly together. Wood isn't just cheap, it's warm. Unlike concrete, it breathes and holds heat. Every crack is sealed. Windows are double or triple layered. Doors are heavy and often open into small entry rooms called cold traps, designed to keep freezing air from rushing inside. At the heart of every home is the most important object of all: the stove. Fire is life in Siberia. Wood-burning stoves run day and night for months. If the fire goes out, the house can freeze solid within hours. Water pipes burst. Walls crack. In extreme cases, people don't wake up. That's why many families sleep in shifts during the coldest weeks to keep the fire alive. Electric heating exists in cities, but power outages are dangerous. Many families still keep backup stoves, stacks of firewood, and emergency fuel because trust in electricity alone can be fatal. Outside, the ground is permanently frozen permafrost. Buildings aren't placed directly on the earth. Instead, they're raised on pillars, allowing cold air to pass underneath, so heat from the house doesn't melt the frozen ground and cause collapse. Clothing inside the home is still layered. People don't walk barefoot. Cold is always waiting. Even beds are survival tools. Thick blankets, fur throws, and mattresses filled with insulating materials trap warmth through the night. In Siberia, shelter isn't a place to relax. It's a carefully engineered life support system. 2. What they eat when nothing grows in a land where winter lasts 9 months and temperatures destroy crops. Food is not about choice. It's about calories and survival. Fresh vegetables are rare. Fruit is a luxury. The Siberian diet is built around fat, protein, and preservation. Meat is king. Reindeer, horse, fish, elk, and beef form the backbone of survival. These animals are perfectly adapted to cold climates, and local people depend on them completely. Nothing is wasted: meat, organs, fat, marrow, even blood. One of the most famous Siberian foods is frozen raw fish or meat eaten without cooking. At minus 40 or minus 60 degrees, nature becomes the freezer. Thin slices are shaved directly from frozen blocks and eaten immediately. It's rich, oily, and packed with energy. Fat is essential. Butter, animal fat, and oils provide warmth from the inside. In extreme cold, fat keeps you alive. Low-fat diets don't survive Siberia. Milk from horses and reindeer is fermented into nutrient-rich drinks. Bone broths simmer for hours, extracting every possible calorie. Vegetables exist, but mostly preserved. Pickled cabbage, frozen berries harvested in short summers, dried herbs. Berries like lingonberries and cloudberries are vitamin lifelines, frozen naturally and eaten all winter. Nothing is wasted. Freezing temperatures allow meat to be stored outdoors for months without spoiling. Some families keep food literally piled outside their homes. Hunger is rare, but planning is everything. A failed hunt or poor preparation can mean starvation by spring. In Siberia, food isn't about taste. It's about staying alive another day. 3. Daily life, work, and constant danger. Life doesn't stop at minus 50 degrees. It adapts. Children still go to school until temperatures drop below dangerous limits. Adults still work. Hunters still travel. But everything takes longer, and every mistake is amplified. Getting dressed can take 30 minutes. Layers of fur, wool, felt boots, and face coverings leave only the eyes exposed. Even then, eyelashes freeze together with each breath. Cars run non-stop. Turning off an engine can mean it will never start again. In villages, vehicles idle for days or weeks, burning fuel just to survive the cold. Walking long distances is dangerous. Sweat can freeze, causing hypothermia. People move slowly, carefully. Exposed metal burns skin instantly. Touching iron with bare hands can tear flesh away. Work in Siberia is often physical. Herding animals, mining, logging, fishing through ice several feet thick. Accidents are deadly. There is no fast rescue. But people are trained from childhood. They learn how to read weather signs, how to build emergency fires, how to survive outdoors overnight if needed. Silence dominates daily life. Sound doesn't travel the same in extreme cold. The world feels empty, frozen in time. Yet community is strong. Neighbors check on each other. Sharing food and fuel is normal. Survival is collective. In Siberia, independence is valued. But no one survives alone. 4. Mental strength, culture, and the will to live. The greatest enemy in Siberia isn't the cold, it's despair. Months of darkness, isolation, and brutal conditions can crush the human spirit. Survival requires more than food and shelter, it requires mental resilience. Culture plays a huge role. Indigenous peoples like the Yakuts and Ewenki see themselves as part of nature, not its enemy. Cold is respected, not feared. Endurance is a virtue passed down through stories and traditions. Daily routines create stability. Tea rituals, storytelling, music, carving wood, repairing tools. Small tasks give structure to endless winter days. Humor is survival medicine. Jokes about frozen eyebrows and broken thermometers are common. Laughter keeps the mind warm. People celebrate winter festivals. They race horses on ice. Children play outside for short bursts, learning strength early. Faith, spiritual or religious, also helps. Many believe the land itself tests character, rewarding respect and patience. In Siberia, people don't ask, "Why is it so cold?" They ask, "How do we live well anyway?" And somehow they do. Siberia at minus 70 degrees is not just a place on a map. It is a reminder. A reminder that humans are not fragile creatures of comfort. We are adaptable, creative, and unbelievably strong. Where logic says life should not exist, people build homes, raise families, and find meaning. They survive by respecting nature, preparing carefully, relying on community, and refusing to surrender to despair. In a world where inconvenience feels unbearable, Siberia quietly asks us, what do we really need to survive? Fire, food, connection, purpose, and maybe, just maybe, the cold teaches something warmer than comfort ever could. If this story opened your eyes, take a moment to reflect. And remember, somewhere on Earth tonight, someone is stepping outside into minus 60 degrees. And living their life anyway. Thanks for watching.